Greetings, everybody. We'll get started here in just another minute. We've got a few folks joining us late, but we'll get started here in just another minute or two.
And while we wait for the rest of us to join, for those who joined a little early, we have a nice little icebreaker. So we encourage you to scan the QR code and please let us know, with the NFL season underway, who are you rooting for to win this year's Super Bowl? So a Giant Steelers is up on screen. So let's get your team up on the screen, and I'll leave that QR code while we wait for everybody else to join.
Awesome. Well, we got a few folks still rolling in, so welcome. Greetings, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful week. We'll get started here. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate your partnership and your interest in Samsung's relaunch of their certified renewed flagship portfolio. Guys, since 2009 and the launch of the first Samsung Galaxy device, Samsung has been building a fanatical customer base in North America. As many of you know, Vertex Wireless is a direct distributor for Samsung Electronics North America, and we're thrilled to have been chosen as Samsung's premier certified renewed distribution partner. As you're going to see in just a few minutes, Samsung's feature-packed lineup of affordable flagships disrupts the status quo, and they will continue to push the boundaries of what's possible and continue to deliver innovative capabilities to improve our lives. Many of you guys know me, but for those who don't, my name is Mike Fleming. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Vertex Wireless, and it's my distinct pleasure to introduce you to the Samsung CRN portfolio. Joining me this afternoon, we'll hear from Owen McReynolds. Owen is Samsung Electronics B2B training lead. You'll also hear later on from Scott Sinnen. Scott is Senior Manager Strategic Channel Accounts with Samsung Electronics. Before we get going, I want to cover a couple quick housekeeping items. A recorded version of this webinar will be available following the conclusion, and we'll make the presentation deck available as well. This will all be emailed out concluding the call. Feel free to share these materials with your coworkers, teams, or anybody that might have missed this webinar. And also, please feel free to follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook for more future information on Samsung CRN. Next, guys, we'd love to hear your questions and comments. We will have a brief Q&A concluding the webinar. Right now, I've got your microphones muted, just an effort to reduce background noise and interference during the webinar, but we will unmute you following the presentation. There's also a chat section at the bottom of your GoToWebinar control panel. So feel free to place questions and comments in that chat section, and we'll answer those throughout the webinar. Lastly, at the end of the webinar, we will be giving away some prizes. Woohoo! In just a few moments, Owen's going to be explaining how your participation in this webinar could win a few of these prizes. So please hang on after the call and the presentation, and we'll announce our winners. For those of you guys who are just joining us, welcome. We're just getting started, and we appreciate you joining us for Samsung's Certified Renew portfolio. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the incredible Owen McReynolds of Samsung Electronics.
Wow, Mike.
Footage.
Wow, Mike, what a great honor. What a great welcome. Team, great to be here today. My name is Owen McReynolds, your Samsung business trainer, and today is in the tune of Samsung Certified Renewed. But before we dive in, Mike, kind of the cat's out of the bag, folks. We have some prizes to give away today, some sweet Samsung swag. So that's going to be determined to the top 3 individuals during our Galaxy Game Show. So to join our game show throughout the session, I have some instructions up on screen. The best way to join is to whip out your phone, scan the QR code, or you can join us via menti.com and simply entering that code in a separate browser at 6238-7271. So you'll see these instructions throughout the presentation today, team, but we do have a quiz competition, and let's set yourself up for success. And to kind of get you used to the platform, I have a little opener icebreaker question, and that's in the tune of the NFL season's underway. So who are you rooting for to win this year's Super Bowl? Wow, lots of football fans here. We got Bears, Dolphins, Packers, Titans, pretty much all teams up on board. Any love for my Phoenix Cardinals? I don't see any there yet, but hopefully I'll see your team here in Phoenix at this season's Super Bowl. So 57 attendees are in there. Team, you're going to see this QR code throughout the presentation. So when you see it, and if you're not queued up, let's get you queued up for the game show. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into our Samsung Certified Renewed presentation. So before we dive in today, we're going to be answering our question of what is Samsung Certified Renewed and why businesses should buy. So before we answer those questions, let's first address the used smartphone market trends. So currently, the used smartphones is planning to grow, or is forecasted to grow to an $81 million market by 2023. We also have a annual growth rate of 12% predicted within the refurbished smartphone market by 2024. And currently, businesses are more comfortable to buy refurbished from 2019. To kind of sum that up, overall, used smartphone market is growing, and businesses are now more than ever confident in buying used smartphones. So let's expand on who Samsung Certified Renewed is for. First up, SMBs. Let's talk about the IT decision makers. Our Samsung Certified Renewed devices offer great employee productivity solutions. They ensure security, all while keeping costs down. Switching gears, let's talk about large enterprise. So again, those IT decision makers, we're offering comprehensive business continuity between their workplace issued devices. We also have great network application compatibility, and it makes scaling and managing across on-site and off-site workplaces a breeze for these IT workers. And then let's talk about MVNOs and insurance providers. So as we know, they're facing 3G sunset. CDMA sunset is underway too. How do we ensure that their devices are able to work with today's connectivity standards? And also, device replacement for insurance, break fix. We have some great solutions that ensures that their devices can be replaced fast. So let's talk about our Certified Renewed difference. And before we jump in, team, I brought a video, so we'll roll the clip. It's movie time. All right, team. So I saw a couple hearts. We got some love off that video, but what you saw was one of the many steps and checks that we ensure that our devices meet our renewed criteria. So as we know, the used phone market is confusing. So let's break down on what Samsung Certified Renewed is and where it places itself upon this used smartphone market. So first and foremost, we're going to start with the bottom of this chart here. So what classifies as used devices? Used devices are sold by private seller, often as an as-is condition with no warranty. Now, as in, does this device get cleaned? I don't necessarily know. So let's jump up to our repaired. So repaired devices, these are sold by third-party retailers, often that have been minimally repaired and cleaned and repackaged. And then next up is certified pre-owned. These are devices that are sold directly from carriers or authorized resellers, which have been lightly refurbished by authorized service centers. Very loose criteria here, team, but let's jump into our Samsung certified renew. So in order for a Samsung phone to earn this label, each phone is extensively tested and reassembled to give you a like new experience. With our rigorous reconditioning process, Samsung provides 12 months warranty for all CRN devices to the end consumer. So no 30 days, 60-day, or even 90-day warranty. Is 1 year when it comes to our Samsung certified renewed. So let's break down what's the Samsung CRN point of difference. So starting off with our refurbished by Samsung, all of our Samsung CRN devices are refurbished by Samsung in a Samsung facility, something that refurbished phones can't necessarily speak to. Quality inspection, like we saw in the video, our CRN phones are actually put through a 132-point checklist, ensuring this device meets the quality standards to put our brand, our label on it to give your business, your users, the best experience. While on the other side, refurbished necessarily varies. You know, that quality inspection, there isn't a standard right now. We also guarantee that Samsung CRN phones offer 100% Samsung genuine parts, while refurbished might use some third party. They're not going to get the same level of quality and experience. And then also IMEI. So as we know, with blacklisting, factory locking, all of our Samsung certified renewed devices, you don't have to worry because a new IMEI is issued to every new CRN device, while refurbished might have a parent SKU that used the original, and that might lead into problems in terms of deployment and manageability issues. One other thing is a new battery is installed upon all of our CRN phones, and while refurbished might not necessarily replace the battery, they generally tend to keep original batteries, which only charges up to 60, 80% of capacity. So less battery, less time to use your phone throughout the day. And of course, talking about our warranty again, you get our Samsung 1 year manufacturer warranty direct to the consumer, while refurbished can offer from 90 days or less. And then inventory. What about replacing these devices? Well, we're proud to announce that all of our CRN devices have a 3-month planned inventory availability with on-demand capability with fast lead times. While the refurbished might be a little hard to get a replacement on that device. And then of course, on our software, we ensure that you get the latest security maintenance releases. While refurbished, these devices might be end of life in terms of security support. So again, team, that's our Samsung CRN point of difference. Let's jump into why Samsung certified renewed. So we have 5 great reasons why businesses should buy. So quality, tested by Samsung engineers and reassembled again in our original factory. Pricing, best value, up to 35% less than brand new flagship devices. And again, that 12-month manufacturer warranty. And with our product, you'll see in a moment our wide range of flagship devices in our CRN portfolio. And again, availability, so that on-hand inventory readily available for custom build inventory lead time, even as short as 6 to 8 weeks. Right below on the bottom portion of the screen, team, we have a great customer testimony to where this individual purchased our CRN, was really impressed. And you know, as we know, with the high cost of mobile devices nowadays, you're definitely pushing value straight directly to our business customers. So one other thing we want to spread awareness around, that all of our CRN devices come factory unlocked. And what this means for businesses is you get greater freedom, flexibility, and control. With our CRN phones specifically being unlocked, you get simplified inventory management, which makes easy single SKU solutions for all your deployment needs. And you get a relief from bloatware. So you get fewer amount of preloaded apps, free up memory, and there's more space for your business's true needs. All of our devices are optimized for your major networks, as well as we offer a single user interface and setup, and you even get a unified firmware update because they're Samsung controlled. We control that firmware update that timely updates all your customer and business needs. So team, now we know a little bit on why we should buy Samsung CRN. Let's go over our Samsung certified renewed device lineup. So first and foremost, let's talk about our everyday epic device, the Galaxy S21 series. So that's right, you get last year's flagship for a great price, and we're proud to announce we've even had some price drops. So highlighted in red, you're going to see the updated pricings on our S21 Ultra, S21 Plus, and S21. These S21 series feature super high resolution cameras, blazing fast processor for all your workplace productivity needs, and an all-day intelligent battery that's built to last even beyond your standard 8-hour workday shift. And I also want to spread some awareness here. They're all featuring 5G connectivity. Now, the savings don't stop because we even offer our S20 family for even additional savings. Highlighted in red, you're going to see some price droppings there as well. So you get our S20 flagship, a phone that's made for employees who want it all. Again, we're still offering that 5G connectivity with large amount of storage and of course that all-day battery. So again, team, if you have businesses that are struggling with the price points of high-end flagships, CRN is offering great value in terms of pricing and also productivity solutions. Next up, our Note series. So if you're a Note fan like myself, using that S Pen just unlocks a whole new world of workplace productivity. Mark up your documents, sign PDFs, collaborate digitally with that integrated S Pen. Well, we're proud to announce that the Galaxy Note series is also under our CRN portfolio. And I do have to spread some bad news. End of life, the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus are becoming end of life after this month. So, but we're still going to offer the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra still at great prices here, team. So let's expand upon our pricing. So again, you're going to see our price drops on screen here, but we have basically a CRN phone for everybody, starting off at that low price point, that $475, up to now $950. So no matter what device your business needs, we have a CRN device for you. So taking that knowledge, knowing about our Samsung CRN story, our diverse portfolio of this category, team, let's expand upon some of our business challenges that CRN can solve. So first and foremost, let's talk about fleet maintenance. So this business in particular is facing outdated company issued phones that's hindering employee productivity. But due to the current economic landscape, they don't necessarily want to make the investment in brand new top of the line phones. So they're looking to third-party refurbished devices. Hey, they need to save some money on their bottom line. So some things that decision makers are running into particularly is the unknowns of purchasing third-party used devices. How do we ensure the level of quality on these devices are up to par? Are original parts used? It's hard to tell if the device has been correctly wiped, let alone, let's talk about blacklisting or IMEI locking. So a solution here, of course, would be our Samsung certified renewed solution that basically builds confidence for businesses, and they never have to worry about what they're getting. They're getting that Samsung certified renewed quality, which is offering that peace of mind. So they don't want to invest in new devices that are going to lead to more issues. So that's where Samsung CRN comes in. So let's move into our next use case, which is business continuity. So here we have a business that's booming. Business is growing, they're onboarding new employees, and they need more devices. And something that they're noticing is their company software or certification only works on specific devices. So they need to make sure that they can purchase a large amount of the same device to ensure that compatibility across their systems. They're also adding new devices, require new certifications, and different devices may not work with existing accessories. So they need that device that was deployed, let's say last year or the year before. And that's where our Samsung CRN portfolio is going to help out, because we offer last year's, the previous year's flagship phones that basically adds uniformity while keeping it simple for their IT support teams. So keep that in mind in terms of scalability when it comes to CRN and business team. But I'm going to end with one last business solution, and that's sustainability. So team, today, more and more businesses are announcing sustainability pledges. And with a promise to reduce their carbon footprint and offset their greenhouse gas emissions. For instance, did anyone here catch the Patagonia news? So they just recently announced their plan to donate all their company profits to fight climate change. So I don't know, is this a publicity stunt, or is this a heightened awareness of our human footprint on the environment? So regardless of the answer there, the businesses you interact with on the daily may have such similar sustainability pledges. So here's how Samsung CRN can help businesses achieve such sustainability goals. And we broke that down to 2 reasons here. So let's talk about what's in the box. So we minimized the waste and the space inside the box. You're going to get your Samsung certified renewed device, your quick start guide, warranty card, ejector pin, and data cable. That's it. It's in our effort to reduce waste and minimize the impact of our products have the environment while due to the elimination of the headphones and that charging plug in the box. And then second is, team, we did the math. So by choosing Samsung CRN phones, you save on an estimated 121 pounds of CO2 emissions per device per year. So show me the facts, team. If you have any business that has a sustainability goal, ask them, how are you achieving that goal? Are you on track? Well, I have a great solution for you, and that's Samsung Certified Renewed. So team, let's take that knowledge. Let's take our Samsung certified reasons why, our diverse portfolio, and our diverse solutions that this new category offers. But let's queue up to our Galaxy game show. I have about, let's see, 30, 40 individuals queued up right now. I'm going to pull up the QR code. So it's game time. So put your knowledge caps on. Let's win some Samsung swag. Pull out that phone, scan that QR code. I think Mike's going to even join in on us. We'll see how he does today. So let's see if we have any additional attendees. We got 72 folks, 72 individuals. Let's see if we can get a few more. I'll leave that QR code up just another moment, and we'll go ahead and get started for our Galaxy game show. Again, we have prizes for the top 3 winners. So I know Vertex, I know you're competitive. So show me your competitiveness. Let's see who can win some Samsung swag today. So with that, team, let's go ahead and jump into our first question of our quiz, which will be, in order for a device to be labeled as a Samsung Certified Renewed, how many checklist points does the device have to pass? Is it 72 points, 122 points, 132 points, or 152 points? Go ahead and lock in your answers. Oh, I got some folks, but it is 132 checklist points is what our renewed devices go under to ensure they meet our quality standards to earn that certified renewed stamp. Now, coming off the first question, let's see who's leading our leaderboard. I gotta admit, it's pretty close. Jessica coming in first place at 971 points, followed by Walter, and third place with Shay. I see Steve 2 points behind Shay, and then SD is tailing right behind. So team, we still have plenty of opportunities to take on the leaderboard, but let's queue up our second question of today's quiz. Now, to kind of set you up for success, the quickest answer, and of course the right answer, will get you more points to score on the leaderboard. So team, let's queue up that second question, which will be, Samsung CRN phones come with a standard manufacturer warranty of 30 days, 90 days, or 1 year. Go ahead and lock in your answers in 5, Well, hey, congratulations to 76 individuals. That's right. Samsung CRN phones come with a 1-year manufacturer warranty. Team, that is our Samsung commitment to our CRN customers, that quality. Now, before we jump into our last question, let's check the leaderboard. Did someone take over Jessica? We'll see.
Wow, it's close.
It's really close. All right, Jessica Walter still hanging on in the top 2 spots. Watson taking over the fastest answer. Watson, talk about trigger fingers. Let's see if Chelsea and Shay can take over Watson for that 3rd place, or is there going to be a curveball team? So let's see. Now, before we jump into our last question, I want to let you know, you're all winners in my heart. I want to say thank you so much for your participation today. But as we know, there only could be 3 winners. So let's see who can top the leaderboard in those top 3 spots. And that's going to queue up our last question for our CRN training, which will be, how many pounds of emissions are estimated to be saved when reusing phones? Oh boy, did I mention that? Is it 12 pounds of emissions, 121 pounds, 151 pounds, or 1,000 pounds of emission when reusing a phone? Again, testimony to that sustainability story for businesses. Folks, it is a leaderboard divided, but those 31 individuals, that's correct. 121 pounds of emission is estimated to be saved when reusing just one smartphone. So do the math. Hey, 500, you get 500 times that 121 pounds of savings towards your green sustainability pledge. All right, team. So with that, before we go into our leaderboard, I'm going to hit you with a drum roll. Let's check our leaderboard. Who's winning some Samsung swag? Oh, Jessica came down.
Oh.
Jessica got dethroned. Congratulations to Chelsea, Kevin, and SD. Make sure you reach out to us after the training day, and we'll be sure to give your prizes to you in a timely manner. So with that, team, we got some more. We have our next steps. So to give your certified renewed next steps, I'm going to hand it over to my partner in crime, Scott. Scott, are you with us? And what's
Yes.
our audience's call to action?
Thanks, Owen. Great job, everybody. That was fun to watch. And first, appreciate everybody taking the time to join. Hopefully, it was time well spent. We had a lot of attendees, so it was exciting to see. Really, the next steps are we need to engage with each other. So reach out to your Samsung and Vertex sales reps to review the opportunities. There's several things that came up that we want to drive through. Example, the Note 10 Plus and the Note 10 are going EOL, but we have plenty of stock. So those are still things that we should look at, and there's still opportunities there. We talked about the MSRP pricing, but if we engage and talk through some of these opportunities, there's potential to do some fantastic things with pricing to make this more aggressive and more appealing to our end customers. So we definitely want to review that. And then we have sales literature, we have battle cards to help talk through this, information you can hand off to your customers. So there's leave behinds. Those are the main things, right? So just let's make sure we communicate and drive these opportunities forward. And then if you want to just sit down and review some of the accounts where it makes sense, we might have some feedback on an end user that you want to go after. So let's do that. And then if there's any support you need, we're here to provide it, whether it's with Vertex or with Samsung Direct. So with that, I'll hand it back to Owen.
And team, that leads us back to our closing remarks. So we want to say thank you so much for joining our CRN training, and congratulations to our top 3 winners. I know Vertex, y'all are competitive. We wanted to bring the fun, the knowledge today. So if you liked our presentation, go ahead and let us know how we did. And remember, the resources, the knowledge, and the tools that we have at your disposal, we aim to be great partners, and specifically with the CRN lineup is a great resource, a great tool for businesses. So team, thanks for joining us today. And with that, You are now CRN certified, so go out there and let's sell some CRN solutions.
Thanks, Owen. Thanks, Scott. Hey, I'm going to open it up here real quick. We've got a couple questions and a couple more minutes left here, so we're going to go through some Q&A quick. First, I'm going to take the ones that were entered in the chat, and then I'm going to unmute your microphones from there, just in case anybody wants to verbally ask. So the first question is from Kevin. It asks, is the availability for unlocked the same as locked devices? Scott, jump in here if you want, but I'm pretty sure all CRN devices are unlocked, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Perfect. Second question is from Michael. It says, since this is a large offering, will we see these sold at places like Costco or Walmart?
That is a good question. Presently, they are not selling. We do have a presence through our .com or some online retailers, but that's where we can work together and engage each other to make sure that we're being price competitive for you, and we can go up to our mutual end customers to give them a better buying experience than having to go to a store.
Absolutely, well said. And then a third question, two-part question from Colin. I'm going to do this in two parts here. The first one is, can Samsung Care be applied to CRN devices?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. And then the second part is that would there be any issues with enrollment into KME, Knox?
That's all. Yeah, so that both questions are good. So there's multiple SKUs that you can enter into for our service. So again, that goes back to that engagement with your reps. One of the points that was in the 132-point inspection list is these devices, when they go back to our factory in Vietnam, they are reviewed, checked to see if they were the previous iteration of that phone. Let's say it goes back to the factory as an AT&T device. We check that IMEI to see if it was ever enrolled in Knox. If it was enrolled in Knox, we do not move forward with that device as a KME or as a CRN device. When it goes through the factory, it gets a brand new IMEI. It's reformatted to be an unlocked device, and you can utilize all Knox features on these phones, from KME, from mobile enrollment, all the way through our Knox suite, multiple software programs. So again, it goes back to let's talk and make sure that everybody's a full understanding.
Excellent. Thanks for that feedback and information, Scott. So I've taken everybody else off mute, so you now can control your own microphones. So we'll open it up to the audience here. If you have any verbal questions you want to ask, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Hello, I have a question about tablets. Is there a way to guarantee a older OS?
So we do not have CRN for tablets. So we're just talking about our Galaxy lineup of phones. And the phones leave the factory at the most current OS version available. So if you wanted, for some reason, an OS 10, we can't guarantee that. It would come out at the current OS for that device.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, keep us posted if you plan to move this program over to the tablet side of things as well.
Will do.
Thank you.
Very interesting question. Thank you. Any other questions? Actually, we just got one came in on chat from Sadie. It asks, are these devices TAA compliant? Scott, are they?
That is a good question. These are being reformatted out of Vietnam, but I need to validate that. So whoever asked that question, we'll have to follow up on that.
Perfect. Sadie, I've got your name and email here. We'll get back to you with an answer to that one. Thank you for the question. All right, we'll close down here in a couple minutes. Is there any other last minute questions?
I have a quick question. Are we able to sell these devices in the international market, or is it these strictly for US?
Great question. Go ahead, Scott.
Go ahead, Mike. Well, I'm sorry, and if you were going to say something, to speak over you. So we represent Samsung Electronics America. So your support and the warranties for these devices, if they're sold here, would be only applicable in the United States. But if there's, yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where a longer conversation would need to be had to understand, your support for your customer, all of that.
Thank you.
Good question. I think your best route would just be to get a hold of your Samsung or Vertex rep, and we can talk through all the details offline on that one.
Channel 1.
All right, we're going to close it out here. If anybody has any other questions or forgot to ask or thinks of something later on, you guys know where to find us. Please feel free to reach out and we'll get you all taken care of. Owen, thanks again for the presentation. Great information. Scott, appreciate your support and hope everybody has a great day. Thanks again.
Take care.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.